Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? They got another crazy Charlton War comic, Fightin Marines. What is this? Hate crimes on the cover. What was Shotgun Harker's impossible mission? Who is Shotgun Harker? Who is this? Charlton had gone over some. They had not as many as DC, but they had some regular recurring war characters. I'd gone over two of them: the Iron Corporal and the Lonely War of Willie Schultz stories by Will Franz. Guess what? I found the collection. They came out, yeah, but not the way it was supposed to. But more on that later. But I have it, so yeah, good stuff. But anyway, with the other recurring characters they had was Shotgun Harker and Chicken. It was two characters, okay, like kind of like opposite, a duo of opposites. Actually, there was another recurring team I remember of two guys. It was called Archer and Captain Jack. Archer was like the blonde American dude, and actually Corporal Jack, sorry, he was an American Indian that had feathers on his helmet, like little short shot in the Sergeant Rock comics. They had some weird stories. I'm not even going to go over them now, but Shotgun Harker and Chicken had about 32, I think, episodes or stories. And Sam Glansman actually took the art over later. And you know, it's interesting the changes he made, but the stuff, this is a Vietnam War comic coming out in November of 1968. So this is a war comic about Vietnam coming out as Vietnam's going on. Now, and I mentioned too, Charlton, apparently they had a deal. These were the comics that you could buy at the PXs, right? Which is where the American military guys would get stuff, you know, all over the world. And they had a deal with them. So Shotgun Harker Chicken, very funny. So you look at here, look, you get, look at the cool stuff. For like less than $7, you could get a big tank, cardboard tank. Imagine this thing. You could practice anti-tank tactics in your backyard. Right? Look at cool stuff. You go, Katsugo, right? You remember Katsugo? I remember. Like, it's all karate, aikido, atiwaza, judo, yawara, right? Which is the stick. Jiu-jitsu, savat, right? The French. They're actually very interesting French foot fighting. It's like fencing with the feet, but defend yourself. Look at this cool ball, only $1. You know, Lynbrook. Oh, Lynbrook. I could tell you, you know how Lynbrook got its name? All right, I'm supposed to focus on the comics. So now, most of this is funny too. These stories, they don't even have credits for the most part. Of course, here they're fighting, you know, the Japs, the dirty Japs. Oh, right. And the other story, they're fighting the evil Chinese communists, the Chi-Coms. Oh, right. Oh, the Chinese communists, you still got conservative talk show guys calling them Chi-Coms. Right? Oh, look at this. Grow live monsters. Look at that. Pepper gum. Hey, buddy, want a piece of gum? Yeah, if you do that to me, I'll give you something. But hey, we could be taller. You'll never be tall enough, fellas. Anyway, but yeah, most of these stories are not. Most of the Charlton War stuff is just forgettable. Yeah, I say jingoistic, but I mean, come on, we're beyond that. We're postmodern. And looking at these, on the razor edge of combat, explodes courage and little known greatness. It's kind of cool. Remember now what I'm saying. What's going on now in our times? Why? Because Vietnam is going on. So, and this is interesting. They had a guy here, General Know It. And actually, they went over an interesting question. They went actually over the Chinese history, one of the few actual, you could say, peasant uprisings in history that actually succeeded without any outside help or any, powerful interests to establish the Han Dynasty. Right? Interesting. Of course, the Han, the Chinese refer to themselves, the main core of the Chinese people as the Han. So very interesting. So you'd be surprised. But let's go to the star here. Shotgun Harker, right? Hanoi Ambush. Now, later on, they would call it Shotgun Harker and Chicken because it's not just him, right? It's this is Shotgun Harker. He's basically a cigar chomping, macho, badass dude. Doesn't like anybody with an American flag tattoo and a shotgun. That's all he needs to blast Charlies. And obviously they're in a firefight here. And the lieutenant's like, get in the chopper, Oh, he gets shot though, but he's got body armor. He's like, you lousy creep. That's right. And it's right here. You got the script. Joe Gill wrote this. Joe Gill wrote a lot of the Charlton stories. He actually created Captain Adam, and I believe a judo master, and another superhero character. He was a Navy World War II guy, very conservative. He was mentioned in the letter with young Will Franz, who was kind of the opposite. He was literally a teenager. Was saying how they, despite their disagreements, they could be friends. And Joe seemed to be pretty mellow as he got older. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the artist here. Other than Sam, the only artist I think that was really good in Charlton in the war comics was Bill Montes. He was the guy that drew the D-Day story Willie Franz had written, the one I keep talking about. But his art was pretty good. Also, I felt. Of course, Sam Glansman later on becomes the artist, and he does a few changes here. But whatever, let's go with the story. So the skipper is wounded, and they get overwhelmed by these evil scumbags who are actually fighting for their country. They're fighting for the North. They're fighting for communism. Right. Well, that's their country. What the hell you? All right, I'm not gonna get on that. But this actually very Korean War looking helicopter. He bugs out. Right. Now the Shotgun Harker and Chicken stories they're funny, they're action packed. Harker is hilarious. He is just such a badass that he doesn't even like. I don't think he even likes. He hardly likes anybody. And when he likes somebody, usually it's because they're a pain in his ass. And this is, who is it? This is Chicken. Chicken is, he's a nerd. He's got glasses. Lieutenant Rapp's down there. How bad was he hit, Sarge? Yeah, he's still alive. Right? And then they start getting, I could have reloaded the scattergun and I would chase them North Vietnamese, but you, as usual, hauled your butt out of there. That ain't fair, Harker. Chicken rescued the medic, right? He's always got some excuse for bugging out. I don't know why I keep him around. And he's like, I don't know either, Sergeant. You keep volunteering me for these patrols. You're going to get me zapped for good. Right? So you can see the duo here. But the thing with Chicken is a good fighter, as you'll see. But and like the dialogue, Gill was pretty talented. Like without Lieutenant Rapp to ride our butts, it's kind of miserable in the platoon. There he is. Cigar chomper. He's got the American flag tattoo. This dude is just a stud, right? And so then he find, look, you want, he's on television. The lieutenant's like, what? Go over there, propaganda. They got him. He mentioned too the ARVN intelligence. These great dudes. He goes, yeah, and there's Chi-Coms there too. And then, like, we can't swap them for prisoners. You have to go on an unofficial mission, right, to free him. So he's talking to some guy to fly him in, and he's like, why not? I could drop you over Hanoi at night if you're nuts enough to want to go. But you said we. Who's the other maniac? Yeah, Chicken Smith, the volunteer captain. He's too scared not to. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like, of course, this dude, like this. I find Chicken improving his mind with a tech manual, right, and give him the good news about our mission. Which is hilarious because actually, what is he reading? He's reading Playgirl. Dude, Joe Gill's a pisser, man. He's actually really funny. And he's like, me, I never volunteered for. He's like, oh yeah, you better. Oh yeah, where are we going? When do we leave? Shotgun, right? So he's just big bully to Chicken here. So they have paratrooper training as Marines. They go in. And it's just funny. What does he do? They sneak in, and the guy's getting like, you must not be soft with these American prisoners, especially Marines. That's right. You may as well kill me. I'm not gonna let you brainwash me into becoming a traitor. Right? Unlike the people in my own country decades later. So now these guys, you know, they're doing yeah. Hey, Chicken is no joke, man. Chicken could fight. He just doesn't, you know, he wants to avoid trouble usually. But I mean, you can't. I guess you can't avoid trouble when you're in Vietnam, right? So they get caught, and look at the flag. And this guy, this Chinese dude disses him. He goes, American Marines, inferior marksmen, must resort to inferior weapons to compensate. Oh man. He goes, let me have that tube again, and I'll show you how inferior it is, big shot. Silence, you don't talk. You don't talk. So now they put him on camera. I like this. This is friggin' entertaining. I'm against, at the Vietnam War, I'm against, you know how I feel about all this stuff, right? And still, how could you not like this dude? You know, this is a quiz program, Peking style. If we don't answer questions, the big goon busts us up bit by bit, with half of Asia watching and cheering while it happens. They'll even see us on the TV set down in Saigon, Sergeant. You know, I always hated TV talk programs. The next collection you gotta do the Shotgun, Harker, and Chicken stories, man. You gotta collect these, man. I'm loving this. And now, right, you will make full confession of how American Marines use poison gas and bacterial bombs on Vietnamese people. And he's like, go scratch. Yeah, we didn't use those things. We used Agent Orange. Get it right. Go scratch, you yellow 8. Oh. He means cowardly. Bah. Oh, that's right. King Kong belts the skipper. Right. Next, the ugly one. He must mean you, Chicken. This is fun. This is great, dude. As a kid, I didn't appreciate the few stories I read. I just thought it was interesting you had these two dichotomies here. But this is hilarious, man. You gotta make a collection of this. Now, you will confess. He's like, oh, sure, anything you say. What time is it? 6 in the morning. He goes, I don't want to miss breakfast. Oh, yeah, you was asking about the poison gas, which reminds me of the time when I was a kid back in the Ozarks. All right, so he's a country boy who sounds like a gorilla from Brooklyn, but he wants to talk. I talk gibberish for almost half hour. Yeah, shut him up. Punish him. Oh, much bad. Oh, hit him again, you idiot. You're on television. My man got like a cinder block chin. You know, now it's my turn, General. I like how they let him keep his helmet on. Because when I hit him, they stay hit. That's right. So, and of course, you know, they got like, there's like 1 page left to finish this. Yeah, right. And they grab a truck. And stick Chicken behind the wheel. His driver might explain why he was so timid. He must have scared himself to death when he first started to drive. Oh, man, dude. Later, even though we're safe, Chicken's still complaining. Some guys are never satisfied. You know. Oh, that's funny. Dude. This was great. The art, like I said, Bill Montes was the other great artist at Charlton. This was great. You gotta, come on, Shotgun, Harker, and Chicken collection. You gotta do it. What is it? It's Alive Publishing. You gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. Oh, well, they do it though. Oh, these are jingoistic. These are jingoistic stories. I don't care. I don't care, man. These are great. So this was so funny. And it was meant to be funny too. It's not unintentionally funny. Joe Gill had a sense of humor, man. Anyway, and just looking at the rest of the stuff here, hypnotism, judo, useful things, like manipulating people and kicking their asses. Actually, useful skills. What it once was with these comics, these advertisements. So, yeah, man, this was great.